Hello students and welcome back. Today we will be learning about shapes and spatial understanding from class 5 textbook page number 94. Now when we talk about shapes, the first thing that we will try to remember is about geometry. Geometry is simply the study of shapes, okay? So this is all about study of shapes. Now in this chapter we will be learning some basic concepts, some basic geometrical concepts. So before we go here, we will talk a little bit about shapes. Now in our everyday life, we see so many different things. For example, you take a cup, you see a car, you see your mobile phone, so many things. Now all of these have shapes. They may be a single shape, they may be a combination of different shapes. Now all these shapes come under geometry. Now to begin with, we will start with basic geometrical concepts. The first topic that we will learn today is about point. Now, what is a point? A point can simply be called as a dot. A small dot that we draw. You simply point your pen, and a dot is formed. Now, this dot is also called as point. So here, this dot has no length. You cannot measure this with a scale. It has no thickness. It has no breadth. So this point is simply called a dot, okay? So this is a point given. Now we have to learn how to name this. Now for example, I write a letter A. So this becomes your point A, all right? So this is all about point. The next that we will be learning about is line. Now we have already learned about point. Now line is simply a combination of small dots joined together. Here I'm not able to join them, but these points are all joined together. And when you join all the points in a straight manner, a line is formed. A line is formed. So a line has a special characteristic, that is, this line has no end. These arrow marks show that this line has no ending. It goes on the left till indefinite length. On the right, it goes till an indefinite length. So these lines have no fixed point, okay? So we'll take any one of the points here and mark this as A, B. Now this line can be represented in this manner. A, B, and on top you draw this. So this represents that AB is a line, okay? So the next point that we'll be dealing with is line segment. Now what is line segment? Line segment is a part of this line, all right? It is a part of this line. Now the difference between this line and line segment is that in line segment we have two fixed endpoints, meaning the line will run only between these 2 points. It will not go beyond. For example, I mark this as P, Q. So this line will not exceed beyond this point. That means it will not extend any further. Similarly for Q, it will not extend any further. So this line segment can be written in this manner. A simple bar on top, a line on top. So this is read as line segment PQ, okay? Now the next point that we have to know about is ray. Now what is a ray? A ray is simply a combination of line segment and line. Now you may be wondering how. So let's draw the figure to understand better. A ray has one endpoint, okay? One fixed endpoint, and it starts like this, and on the other side, one part of the line. That means this side it is fixed, this side it is endless. Okay, so we can mark this as O, for example, the starting origin, and here we can mark it as A, for example. Now this is a ray. For example, if you think about the sun. Now to understand rays better, please, if you think about the sun, we know that sun rays reach the earth, right? And sun rays are represented in this manner. So these rays, these sun rays are the same as the ray that we are talking about. All right? We can take these rays as an example. All right? These rays will be represented in this manner, OA and this mark. That means we'll read this as ray OA. Okay? So this is all about point, line segment and ray. And finally, there's one more thing that we have to learn about is plane. Now here we're not talking about aeroplane, okay? Here we're talking about a plane, a flat surface. So plane is simply a flat surface. Look at this whiteboard. It has a flat surface. So this is also a plane. If you look at the paper, it is a flat surface. So this is also called a plane. But here, there's one catch. The plane, this plane also has no limit, meaning same as line, endless. It will go to the left, it will go up, it will go down, it will go to the right. It has indefinite length. All right? So plane, for example, I denote this as P. Now we can call this as plane P. All right? So this is all about point, line segment, ray, and plane. Now let's move on to the next topic. The next topic that we'll be dealing with is angle. Now what is angle? Angle is formed by two rays. When two rays have a single common endpoint, they form an angle here. So the corner that is formed is called your angle. And for example, this be O. If I can put here A, I can put here B. So this angle AOB is formed. All right? The inside part, the curve, the corner, sorry, which is formed is called your angle. And this angle is formed by two rays. That is OA ray and OB ray, or ray OA, OA, OB. It's moving from O to B, O to A. All right? Ray OA, ray OB. Now this angle has, these rays have another name for them. These rays can be called as arms or sides. Similarly for this can also be called an arm or side. So these two are your arms and sides. And this common endpoint, this endpoint is called your vertex. V-E-R-T-E-X, vertex. All right? So this is about angle, and the next thing that we have to know about is naming the angle. These angles have names. Now, if you look at this angle, you can see that the angle is formed at the point O. So we can call this as angle O. Now to denote this, there is a particular symbol for angle. So your symbol for angle is this, and you will write O. So you can call it as angle O. Or angle AOB. Angle AOB. Now please remember, when you use these 3 points, remember that this particular O, that is this particular vertex, be it O, P, it can be any letter, this vertex should always be in the middle when you name the angle. Okay? The vertex where the angle is being formed should be in the middle. Alright? So similarly, we have one more way of naming it, that is angle BOA. See, you can see that these O's are in both the places O is in the middle. So this is how you name angles, okay? So let's move on to the next topic. Now here we will be learning about classification of angles. All right, classification of angles. Now, the first type of angle. The first type of angle is called right angle. Meaning, any angle, it can be in any direction, any angle that has 90 degree. A, O, B, for example. Let this be the angle which shows 90 degree. So if an angle has 90 degree, that means straight line up, straight line on the horizontal and straight line on the vertical. This rays will form 90 degree, and this particular angle with a 90 degree is called a right angle. Okay, so you can write like this: right angle AOB, right? Or right angle O, or right angle BOA. So right angle is simply an angle with 90 degree, and this 90 degree is always shown in this manner. For example, there is a 90 degree given here. You want to show it as 90 degree without writing the number, so you have to use this symbol. So this symbol will come in this manner. So a small box will be formed. All right. So this is all about right angle. The next we have is acute angle. The name itself, acute, means cute, right? Cute, so we can say that it is a smaller angle now. It is a small angle. Now, whatever angle, right? Since we know about this 90 degree, let's move on to the next. We know that a straight line is 180 degree, the total angle of this line. Now, we have learned about right angle triangle, angle. We have learned about right angle. Now, whatever from here, it starts from 0, 90, and here it is 180 till here. Okay? So whatever angles lie between here, it can be like this, it can be like this, it can be like this, all right? Any angle which lies between 0 and 90, that means from 1 to 89. From 1 degree to 89 degree, any angle that is formed are called acute angle. Meaning, I can have something like this. Let's say this is 30 degree. So this 30 degree angle is nothing but an acute angle because the degree is less than 90 degree. Okay? Similarly, for the next one, it is called an obtuse angle. Obtuse angle. OBTUSE. So this obtuse angle is just the opposite of acute angle. Now, obtuse angle will be, for example, this is a straight line. We have 90 degree here. Now, obtuse angle will always be greater than 90 and less than 180. That means any angle you draw here, all right? Whatever angle is formed, all these angles that is beyond, that is greater than 90 degree. Any angle that you draw which is greater than 90 degree are called obtuse angle. For example, I have 91 degree. I have an angle which is 91 degree, okay? Now, this is greater than 90, right? So, even 91 degree comes under obtuse angle. From 91 till 179. From angle 91 till 179, these are all called as obtuse angle. They will all come under the category of obtuse angle. So, we have learned about right angle, which is 90 degree, acute angle, which is less than 90 degree, and obtuse angle, which is bigger than 90 degree. All right? So, basing on these things, we will quickly look at one or two questions in the exercise. So, please turn to page number 102. 102. Now, if you look at the first question, Question number 1. Classify the following figures as point, line segment, ray, and plane. All right. So the first figure that they have given us is something like this. This is the first figure they have given us, and they want to identify if it is a point, a line segment, ray, or a plane. So we have already learned that this is not a point. Point means a simple dot. This is not a line segment, but we have learned that plane has a flat surface. So this inner part is your flat surface. So you can call these as plane. All right. For B, they have given us this. Now, by looking at this, you can understand that there are two fixed endpoints. Now, we have already learned what these are. These are called line segments. Now, remember, lines have no endpoints. They will have arrows. But here we have fixed endpoints. So, these are called line segments, or we can simply write it as singular line segment. C, they have given us this. They have given us 2 points, A, B. If you look here, this is the endpoint on one side. On the other side, it represents a line, right? So combination of these two gives you ray. So this answer is ray. The answer for this is ray. Next is given in this manner. We have 2 points on the line. So this line indicates, these arrows indicate that they are endless. They can extend beyond, infinity. So these are called as lines, or this can be called as line. In D, a dot is given with a mark D. So here in E, we know that this simple dot can be called as, the other name for this is point. And finally, they have given us this figure. Now, if you look at this figure, one endpoint, other side it extends till an indefinite length. That means this is fixed, this is not fixed. It can go forever, right? So this type of figure is called as, since it is starting from S, I will write S first and going towards R. So the question is simply to identify. So we can say that this is a ray. All right? So this is about the first question. Similarly, in the second question, question number 2, A, almost the same figure is given. Now they want us to name the figures. So this, we know that it is a plane, but what plane? It is a plane P. All right? The answer will be plane P. And B, they have given us something like this, S and R. We know that this is a ray, so we will write this as ray SR. It's going from S to R. And the next, C, they have given us this figure, P and Q, 2 endpoints. So we will name this as, we know that this is a line segment, so we will name this as PQ and 1 bar. That means line segment PQ. And they want us to name this. So we know that this is a point, so we can write point Z. And finally, they have given us this. We know that this is a line, so we will indicate this as line MN. All right? So with this, we have come to the end of this session. We will continue with the rest of the exercise in the next class. So until we meet again, see you. Take care. Bye-bye.